Developers for the proposed Ancient Lore Village met with community members in South Knoxville. They heard from people concerned about the development near Nixon Road and Sevierville Pike. Tom Boyd says he wants to build a fantasy-themed resort with 150 homes, including 50 tree houses. Some are worried about having the resort in a residential area and the amount of traffic it would bring to that area.
There are issues about traffic, there are issues about safety, there's issues about access, noise.
I think these types of community meetings that's the exact point of them, is to get people together, talk about what their vision is for their community.
Developers plan to hold another meeting tomorrow night at Sono Taco.
Remote Area Medical treated more than 50